Shut up and sit down.
Howdy guys, it's Andy from Big Mac's Workshop and Painting Studio, and today it's another White Dwarf issue. So, September 2018 issue. Now this is probably late for everybody as last weekend was a bank holiday, so it tends to delay things. And there we go, on the front cover it is Lord of the Rings this time, or The Hobbit as it is. And it will be, I'm guessing, largely about Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit battle game, which is due its re-release at some point in the next few weeks. So let's get right into it. So as always, you've got the introduction to everything that's going off and talking about the people involved. So on the contents, we are looking at some of the new Rogue Trader stuff. Obviously, the Battle for Middle-earth game. Some more Age of Sigmar. Obviously, some 40k. Looks like Thousand Suns out at the bottom. And obviously, recently a big release has been Space Wolf. So we've got a nice big article talking about the Space Wolfy things and some of the older games in the bottom corner, which was a White Dwarf game from a long time ago. For Bretonnian themed jousts. And here we go, we've got the Space Wolves information now. So those of you who aren't aware, the current codex for Space Wolves is £25, the Collector's Edition 50, data cards are 10, and the groovy Space Wolf faction dice are £17.50 for the set. Obviously, they've got the wolf head, and all their markings are done in sort of claw marks, which is pretty funky. The Primaris have also got their traditional upgrade kit now to make them more wolfy, and that's going to make the Space Wolf Primaris Marines a lot more interesting. And that kit is £8 per pack, in which you will get some aggressor shoulder pads, intercessor shoulder pads, a few heads, and various bits and pieces to make your blokes look a bit more interesting. And obviously the Primaris kits fit in nicely with regular Marine kits, so any of you Space Wolf players will have plenty of bits knocking about just to make them all that extra bit cool. So obviously you've got, with it being a Space Wolf release book as well, there's going to be a there's going to be a section about Tooth and Claw, which, as we all know, is Space Wolves and Genestealer cults. And quite honestly, the figs, as always, are very, very cool. The Primaris Space Wolves do look quite cool, actually. I do quite like the way they look. The larger frames really do suit the wolf pelts and that really nicely. And obviously the Genestealer cults, their figs are absolutely mental. So the Tooth and Claw kit, if you've not already got it, is £90. So it's a big kit, but you get plenty of stuff, probably the equivalent of Dark Imperium. So a lot of Marines in there, plenty of interesting toys, and obviously you get a big fat lad Redemptor Dreadnought. So, Imperial Knights, finally, Canis Rex has got a release date, and he's due for pre-order on the 15th of September, and he's available on the 22nd, and he comes in at £95, which is about the same price as any other knight, so that's a reasonable amount. Plus you get an extra dude in who can actually get out of it, which is kind of cool, because you know, if you kill the knight and the bloke survives, well, even better, innit? Because then you've got a bloke running around with a little Archaeotech pistol. So it's all cool. And he's got like this kind of groovy Tesla weapon thing. Now I'm not sure what that's actually called. I have no idea. What's number 7 is the Last Impulsor, which is a new weapon for him. So yeah, he's got a big shooty gun and Nice big power fist. Very cool looking model. It's one of the heads I particularly like on the Imperial Knight kit. I do like the sort of a feudal great helm look on the helmet. Lord of the Rings. Let's have a look at this. So, the new Lord of the Rings Battle of Pelennor Fields. It contains the rulebook, obviously, all the scenarios and profiles, etc. Dice, range rulers, double-sided sheet of card tokens, so for all your markers, etc. Theoden, on foot and mounted. 12 warriors of Rohan on foot. 12 riders. 20 warriors of the dead. The Witch King of Angmar on a fell beast. What's not to like about that? 36 orcs and a troll. Well, that's quite a lot of stuff in there. That comes in at £90 for the box set, which is a standard rate for the GW boxes. And that is a hell of a lot of toys in there. There's 2 decent sized armies. The Lord of the Rings measurers are a set of plastic measuring devices themed by the for the Lord of Middle-earth. So you get some pre-made, pre-cut plastic measuring devices which are going to become available. That's £20 for some stylised rulers. I'm not sure how well they'll sell, but they're kind of cool. If you're a proper Lord of the Rings nut, that'll be definitely down your alley. The battle set itself, the rules manual, is 35, and the armies is also 35. Plus you've got some specialised Lord of the Rings dice as well, with their own unique icons. Now the Theoden model's been resculpted and it looks absolutely superb. The detail work on his armour is lovely. So yeah, Theoden alone is definitely worth looking into. 40k Kill Team, or Rogue Trader, as we know it. Well, these guys are full of character. You've got all kinds of stuff here, with so much stuff going on them. They've got not a flat panel on them. Even the regular squads with their Mastiff have got all kinds of awesome detail work. They are a painter's dream, this particular set. The Rogue Trader has her face completely covered by some kind of weird tassely thing. There is a medic in there with all kinds of detail all over her robes. The level of detail on the models is absolutely insane. There's a wolf sort of icon on the lower section of the tunic, what sort of runs across the entire of the model range, and they are absolutely awesome. Interestingly, they're getting their own rule set as well, which are going to be for 40k. So they're going to have their own little codex included in the game, and that game itself is £80, which is available on the 8th of September. 15th of September, pre-order on the 8th. I'll just get back to Lord of the Rings. That is available right now, so that's good to know. And then you've got the weird stuff, some kind of weird demonic alien thing, which are called the Galapox Infected. And I reckon, looking at these, Dodge would love them. I think that'd be right up his alley, because these guys look cool, really, really cool. Even their own sort of groovy Nurglings as well, and flies, which is going to bug him no end when he sees these. So also they will be getting their own rule book as well, which also comes in the Rogue Trader box. So Rogue Trader box itself gives you a load of cool figures and 40k rule books for the cool figures, as well as the game itself. So that's interesting. More Kill Team stuff is available as well. You've got some Death Watch and Dark Eldar Kill Team boxes coming out, and they are both £30. The dice are also, for Rogue Trader, are also a tenner. More Blood Bowl stuff. So, continuing with the Nurgle type theme, we have got Blood Bowl Nurgle teams. These have been previewed a long time. Have been available for pre-order now and available for sale on the 8th, and they will be coming in at £20 with all the regular bells and whistles, what you'd expect from any Blood Bowl release, including pictures, etc. The pitch is 24, sorry. Team cards are 15, dice 7. So yeah, you've got the opportunity for a really cool looking Blood Bowl team, and the pitch itself as well. Really nice. Hot on the heels of Adeptus Titanicus is a Reaver Battle Titan. Now this is a thing I was looking into. I was looking forward to, because I've always loved the Reaver Titan, and the fact that it's like the 40k one now as well. It's a really, really nice model. That comes in at £35. Now I am guessing at that sort of price it's going to be about the size of a Dreadnought, so that could well be actual size. But if I remember rightly, they're going to be fully customizable and fully articulated as well, so you're going to get some really cool poses. The Command Terminal pack is 15, and the weapon cards are 750. The Myrmidon Battle Line Maniple Command Terminal pack is 15. So if it looks like the rules are separate to the actual model, which is a bit of a shame. Looking at it, so it's actually going to cost a hell of a lot more. Although than the 35 for one Titan, although the rules do give you this rules for a full maniple, which is 5 vehicles. So you only need to buy it once for every 5 Reavers you buy. I'd have liked to have seen the. I'm not going to lie. I'd have liked to have seen the rules bolted into the Reaver kits as well at £35. I think that would have been reasonable. But that is what it is. So Forge World's latest stuff. Well, what have Forge World been up to? What they've been doing is creating some weird kind of hybrid Scorpion Tech Priest thing called Anacaris Scoria. And she is really, really creepy. Or he. Yeah. That is one crazy fig. It's on a massive base. I'm going to have to refer to Anacaris as an it, because I'm not sure on the gender of the creature. Yeah, that is one really, really weird looking fig, and I like it. That is absolutely nuts. Yeah, we don't have any details on price or release date, so it could be out already. But it is a Forge World fig, so yeah, it's going to be covered in detail. And obviously, we're being Forge World, it's not going to be cheap.
It's also not going to go together properly.
And quite possibly, as Dodge says, not going to go together properly. Licensed games, 40k, Space Hulk Tactics. So it looks like basically it looks like it's a regular 3D version of the Tabletop Classic, using the same mechanics by the looks. If it's made by Cyanide, and they do like to use the same mechanics as what's in the game, as we've seen with Blood Bowl. So that could well be a very, very honest interpretation of Space Hulk as a 40k computer game. Black Library stuff. New Catharsis Kane book there for all you Catharsis Kane fans. Some Shadespire book. Interesting. An Ultramarine 40k book. Oh, 2 of, actually. There's of Honor and Iron, which is a Space Marine Conquest story, and Blood of Ajax, which is a regular 40k one. Also, 2 new audio dramas, which is a short story compilation called The Key of Infinity, and one based on the Mortificas, which is Taker of Heads. So, fan letters, talking to GW about what they have been up to over the last few months, etc. And now we're on to Temporal Distort, which for you is also upside down because it is also for me. So yeah, this is an old White Dwarf from a long time ago. So for some reason decided to do it upside down. Don't know why. That's really annoying. So on to Age of Sigmar, Kadara and Overlords. A little bit of getting started with, a little bit of fluff, and some of the information about the crazy tech these guys run, including their great flying boat things, which are just mental. I do like their figures, really unusual, very cool. So now we're talking about this is the designer's notes for Rogue Trader, and it is titled Pushing the Boundaries, and to be fair, that it's not just insofar as the storyline of them being rogue traders. I would dare say it's going to be about them designing the game itself and the models, because the models are out of this world. They really have gone OTT on the detail work, and it can only be applauded. The level of detail on Rogue Trader, even although the terrain is basic because it's for a board game, the detail work on the bulkheads and consoles is absolutely stunning. So I really am going to have to consider investing in this, because this game is absolutely, the models are magnificent. So, a White Dwarf interview with Dave Andrews, who is he's a designer and amongst other things, and I'm guessing he specialises in battlefield terrain. So it's his fault we have got some of the crazy stuff we've got now, and that's all for the good, isn't it, really? So here we go. Some of his stuff, what he's developed over the years, and plus some of his dioramas, which we've all seen at GW various times, some events. He has created some absolutely beautiful stuff. So, Middle-earth, back to the Battle of Pelennor Fields. Obviously, recently, Battle for Middle-earth has been re-released, and as such, it's suitably rules have been suitably changed and made more dynamic. So it's going to be quite a lengthy. It's a 4-page spread of the information for Pelennor Fields, and now we're talking about the Hall of Fame figs, which is always somebody's personal favourites about what he's going to put in the Hall of Fame for whatever reason. More about the Battle of Pelennor Fields, and this is a battle report, so obviously, as always, I'm going to skip to the back of this, although I'm going to look at some of the photos first because the figures are lovely. 3 Mummoks on the bad guys' army, which is always a good start, and plenty of blokes and horses for riders of Rohan, as you would like to expect. So, on to the next section, as I always skip past the battle reports. And yet another battle report, which is, by the looks of things, Thousand Suns and the Sons of Fenris, Space Wolves. So it's a 170 power game. The Space Wolves with quite a massive amount of armour, and the 1,000 Suns with a couple of the big hitters there, Magnus and Ahriman both. So that's going to be interesting to read that one as well. But as always, skip to the end, because we don't want to be spoiling it for you guys who are actually going to read it. So, and now we're talking about the Age of Sigmar again. So this is interesting little bits of readings for the guides who are interested in Age of Sigmar. More of a kind of a sort of a footnote of fluff for each of the different sections, each of the different areas in the realm gates. And Golden Demon 40k. So the gold winner was, well, it is a Ironclad Dreadnought painted up in salamanders, and it is beautiful. But that's what you would expect for a gold winner. The level of detail work on that thing is absolutely incredible. The picture clearly doesn't do it justice, and it does take a good photo. Silver was a Cerastus Knight with a hell of a lot of intricate detail work all over its armour. The blending work on its spear is absolutely stonking. So yeah, credit to where it's due on that. And the bronze is a White Scars Predator, and it is done in such a way that I would love it as well, because it's really bad and bruised, loads of streak and grime, and generally looks like it's been in a fight. That's my kind of thing, as you're all fully aware. And that's exactly what would be applied to in my army as well. That's the sort of thing I do like to see on vehicles. So, kit bashing kill teams. It's a modelling painting guide, and we're just throwing ideas of how to make some really cool looking kill team units to make your models look independent and individual of the rest of your larger armies. It's definitely something I'm going to look into in the future. I'd like to make my own kill team up, make a really jazzy Chaos Marine warband, I think. So yeah, this is just pointers on what to do and how to do it. And we're going to go further on that. So obviously got some painted versions of it as well. Some really nice looking figs. Some more adverts and some fantastical vistas, modelling and painting fantastical vistas, so diorama type things. And we're going to be clearly be talking about some of it more intricate dioramas I've seen over the years, or have done over the years as well. And John Blanche with his traditional weirdness, and some very, very interesting figures for some kind of AdMech thing. This is the only way I can describe it. Without actually reading the article, I wouldn't be able to tell you what it's about. Clearly, it's his normal weirdness, so yeah. Paint Splatter is quick guides. This week it's how to paint the Nurgle's Rots team. Obviously, I should have guessed this myself as well, which is Faerun. And now we're back to the adverts at the end. And some readers' paint jobs as well. And congratulations to everybody who's got their figures in the White Dwarf this month, because it is an achievement to get it in there. So as always, there's some great looking stuff in here, some really nice teams, and there's a very, very nice Blood Bowl team, human Blood Bowl team, painted by Paul Gaynor. So congratulations, that team is really, really cool. And there we have it. Another very, very thick and interesting White Dwarf. A lot of stuff to read in there. So if you want to see more of this sort of video, or if you want to catch us on any painting tutorials, please hit like, please subscribe, share with your friends. Every share helps us out, so please do so. And thank you for watching and taking the time to see this. We shall see you in the next one. Ladies and gentlemen, take care and have a good one. Bye bye.